You're here, I'm here, good music here to be played and to be talked about. If I've earned your subscription by the end of this video, I'll be ever so grateful. I'm Alan, this is Alan Reacts. See you on that side of the tape. So you made it to this side of the tape. Well, so I'm doing and looking, revisiting All the Young Dudes, David Bowie, obviously. But a little while back, and it's on the channel, I looked at Mott the Hoople, and I talked about it being a David Bowie song written in 1972. So all those things you guys know, because you just, obviously on the channel, when you just start feeding back to me in comments, it's clear how much knowledge you've all got. And if you haven't got the knowledge, you say thanks for that, and what about this? So it's always that quid pro quo. Even if I say something that you hadn't known, you'll come back with something I didn't know, and it's great. I love it. So always comment, guys. And the point was, I need to come back and listen to All the Young Dudes and see what the song means to me when Bowie sings it and what it brings to mind. That's what you asked me to do. So I'm doing it. So here we are. All the Young Dudes. David Bowie. I always love listening to Mick Ronson play, but that's just me. Is it you as well? Let me know in the comments.
Suicide, how he kicked it in the head when he was 25. Don't want to stay alive when you're 25. Wendy's stealing clothes from undercars, and Freddy's got spots ripping up stars from his face. A funky little boat race. Television man is crazy, saying we're juvenile delinquent wrecks. But man, I need a TV when I've got T-Rex. Hey brother, you guess how the do all the young do.
You know, when I'm listening to Bowie and I've read little bits, I'm sure you guys can fill in more for me. Let me know in the comments, please. He Bowling and you, he performed with them, and we all know that there's performances of this song with Mott the Hoople and singing on stage together and all those things. And the history of the song, you know, he wrote it in 72, he gave it to Mott the Hoople to see if they wanted to make it a single. They did, and it was transformative for the band because they were struggling at that time. But Mott the Hoople weren't just a one-song band. Every artist has obviously the purely iconic singers like Bowie have more than one song, but Mott the Hoople have got more than one song. But it gave them breathing space to carry on and produce the canon of work they did. And I'm sure I'd love to know what Bowie thought of that. Did he ever do interviews where he was like, oh, I gave this song to that person because, or was it just because I kind of like them? What do you think of it? Because he does perform it. Clearly he performs it himself. And I'm listening to it, and there is a different kind of melancholy, and there's thoughts going around in my mind. So let's listen to the most of it and see where we come up to. Always stick with me till the end, guys, because I always try and pull everything together at the end to be less circumspect, to be more rounded.
Carry the news, Google News, carry the news. All the young dudes carry the news. Google News carry the news. Now this is looking sweet, though he dresses like a queen. He can kick like a mule. It's a real mean team. We can love, we can love. And my brother's back at home with his Beatles and his Stones. We never got it off on that revolution stuff. What a drag, too many snags.
That's interesting, Bowie there, commentating on that. Listen to the song, because I don't think history between sort of Keith Richards and David Bowie was very complimentary. I don't know. I'm sure I've listened to where Keith Richards just didn't rate his songwriting, didn't rate his music. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know, guys. And that's personal opinion. You know, we know what opinions are. But he's kind of saying that the 60s let the 70s down in that context, that there was this feeling of revolution, a particular song by the Beatles. But I don't know if that's true. I think there are songs that have come through from that era that really did have profound effects and change culturally. Let me know. But it's certainly a sense of sadness that what was promised wasn't delivered. And you get into this sort of 71, 74, the glam rock arena. Yeah, we'll round up at the end, guys. Let me know.
I drunk a lot of wine and I'm feeling fine. Gonna race on back to bed. Is this concrete all around or is it in my head? Oh brother, you guessed. Mama dudes. All the young dudes carry the news. Boogaloo dudes carry the news. All the young dudes carry the news. Boogaloo dudes carry the news. All the young dudes carry the news. Boogaloo dudes carry the news. All the young dudes carry the news.
If I was to really look at the song and really think about it, and that's what I was trying to achieve today, I'd be looking at Lucy and Wendy and all the young dudes when actually there's a contradiction there, and he's exploring that sort of early gender identity, that malaise that he feels was being shaken up by the onset of the likes of Bowie and all that, which is cool. Because remember, Bowie precedes all these guys. And then he gives it to Mott the Hoople, who then... Because I can still hear them singing it in my mind. There's that weird thing that happens, you know, when you hear that voice in your head. No, guys, there's nobody telling me to... Anyway, you know what I mean. I'm listening to Bowie, but it still links in my head to Mott the Hoople. Because that was, like I said in the previous video about Mott the Hoople, that I first saw Aladdin Sane as an album cover, not as an artist. My brother had it, you know, along with other bands. So what's the point? The point is this. When I hear Mott the Hoople, I hear somebody talking about the story of, an expression of, and they do it brilliantly. When I hear Bowie, he's the narrator in his own story. That's what I get. That he is, in that moment, one of the young dudes. Maybe I'm wrong. Great song either way, sung brilliantly either way, performed brilliantly either way. But the difference for me between the Mott the Hoople and the Bowie version, for me, is that the melancholy and the sense, the narration from Bowie it's first person. I believe it's him talking about him. That's the difference, subtle. And whether I'm getting this completely right or wrong, you guys will let me know in the comments. But I really enjoy both versions because of both performers do it brilliantly. If you like this, guys, give me a like, join in. It's entirely up to you. I appreciate it all the way. Comments I like the most. Till next time, guys, take care. This is Alan Reacts. I'm Alan, your host. If I've earned your subscription by the end of this video, I'll be ever, ever, ever so grateful. But most of all, I want you to have a good time. I'm Alan. This is Alan Reacts. See you on that side of the table.